In some cases, I've not gotten answers that appear even to be honest.
Well, do you think someone committed perjury?
Well, we'll find that out. That's not always the easiest thing to prove, but we can certainly prove that we have not gotten complete answers. There's a lot more. I think the American public deserves to have answers on this. Instead of every day a little bit more dribbling out, let's get all the facts, but let's have it under oath. It's interesting sometimes when people are sworn in. It focuses their attention a little bit more.
The White House counsel, Fred Fielding, was up on the Hill today. I don't know if you had a chance to meet with him, but he's not necessarily ruling out allowing some White House staffers, maybe even Karl Rove, to come in and testify. Do you want Karl Rove to testify before your panel?
I've never met Mr. Fielding. Frankly, I don't care whether he says he's going to allow people or not. We'll subpoena the people we want. If they want to defy the subpoena, then you get into a stonewall situation I suspect they don't want to have.
Well, will you subpoena Karl Rove?
Yes. He can appear voluntarily if he wants. If he doesn't, I will subpoena him. And we had, the Attorney General said, well, there's some staff people or lower level people. I'm not sure whether I want to allow them to testify or not. I said, frankly, Mr. Attorney General, it's not your decision. It's mine and the committee's. We will have subpoenas. I would hope that they would not try to stonewall subpoenas.
The White House, the President, the Attorney General, they insist there was no politics involved in these decisions to get rid of these 8 U.S. prosecutors. But you've seen some of the email, the traffic, the paper trail, where there does appear to be some political decisions involved. What's going on?
I'm surprised that they're saying that there's no politics involved. We're still 2.5 weeks away from April Fool's Day. There's obviously politics. I mean, this is something both Republicans and Democrats know. You go in the cloakrooms, you hear both Republicans and Democrats saying it. Everybody knows there's politics involved. Everybody knows. In one instance, Arkansas, you had a very highly rated U.S. attorney. They were told they had to get rid of him because Karl Rove had an acolyte of his. They had to be put in his place. How can they possibly stand there with a straight face and say that's not politics?
But is there anything illegal in putting one of Karl Rove's associates in and making him the U.S. attorney in Arkansas?
There's nothing illegal in a president firing by itself and firing a U.S. attorney. What it does say, however, to law enforcement, you either play by our political rules, not by law enforcement rules, but by our political rules, or you're out of a job. What I am saying is that hurts law enforcement, that hurts fighting against crime, and if it is done to stop an ongoing investigation, this is something we don't know, if it is done to stop an ongoing investigation, then you do get into the criminal area.
And so that's the focus of your investigation, whether or not somebody committed a crime?
The first thing I want in my investigation is to find out exactly what happened, sort of the old just the facts. I want to find out what the facts are. But I don't want to have somebody come up in a briefing and say, well, you know, here's really what we think happened. No. I want them in public. I want both Democrats and Republicans able to ask them questions. But those answers are going to be under oath or they're not acceptable to me.